Alright guys, so we're back at it again because the latest version of Linux crashed. It crashed on this computer. It won't boot now more. No more. So, let me get back in here. I'd already, I didn't really plan on keeping that one, so let's go to the boot menu. We need to get this one here. This thing here, so this is the disk. It has a UEFI Sans Disk Partition 1. And then it has sans disk, but usually if you click on one or the other, it could be wrong. I don't understand that, but what I've noticed is one of them like does something different. But we're gonna do Ubuntu 24 point whatever the hell, and that's the long-term release with the Cinnamon desktop, and we'll see if maybe the game controller will just work on here instead. But yeah, 25 didn't work. This computer is from 2014. The motherboard is. It's an i7 6700. There's 32 gigabytes of RAM in here. There's plenty of RAM. We have two solid state hard drives and a terabyte. We ran into a couple problems right out the gate with the new Linux. It wasn't able to look at my 1 terabyte spinning drive, and I wasn't able to access files from that drive for like the emulator. And with the two versions of Linux, MX and the Puffin one, the drive was full. And so I downloaded a few ROMs, and all of a sudden it's full. And it could have been the contributing factor to the problem. So this is the Cinnamon desktop. I don't know if it's a lot different than the other one or not. But we have like this kind of thing instead of the apps being across it. I think you can change this later. I don't know. I kind of prefer the other one, but at the same time, this is more of a Windows layout. So, and then we had like the power button and all that. So this is actually pretty decent. Let's just go ahead and get on with the install, and do what's necessary. It's going to want to download an update. And it's got a battery emblem over here. It says we're using battery power, but we're not. Okay, come on. Is it glitching? So, what we want to do is we want the most current popular Linux distribution. That way we don't have problems finding help when we need help. And so I always download these. Basically, if you go use some weird one like maybe Zorin or something that's not as popular, you might end up with problems. Okay. So I need... Something's wrong here. Okay, it should be this one here. This drive's showing up as 1.5 terabyte, but it's... I thought it was just 1 terabyte. I'm not sure. Okay, I hope this is the right one, because if it's not, then we're going to be in trouble. We're just going to call it Linux 25. Or no, 24. We'll call it Linux 24. We'll just put some cheesy password in here. And they won't like it, but that's okay. And I do not want my password required to log on. I want to keep it simple, where anybody can just use the computer. They don't have any problem. It's not complicated. So, we'll be back in a minute when it gets further. Actually, while that's doing that, we can look at this menu system here. We've got a power button. I don't know what this one is. Probably another desktop. A lock, a file folder, a terminal's right here. With the Pigeon Messenger. I don't know what these do. We got application. And these automatically pop up over here, which is nice. And then okay, accessories. Let's see here. There's some more stuff there. Games. There's a bunch of cheesy games, but you know, get Shotwell, torrent client, other, sound juicer, rhythm box, cheese. I don't know. It's probably for pictures. Administration. This software thing actually looks like Flatpak, so we may not have to do that. Preferences, drivers, backgrounds, color, places, and then places, recent files. So pretty simple layout here, not too crazy. I don't believe I've really used this one before. I think I did a KDE one, but I don't think I did Cinnamon. The default one is GNOME. I think I did KDE or XFC. Well, XFC is Ubuntu. I've definitely done that one. And I guess KDE is Kubuntu. But I think that you can put, like, on this one, you can change it to whatever and it will still say Ubuntu. You can use a different desktop environment. So anyway, it looks nice. And the main thing is it going to work? That's what we want to know. Are we going to be able to get in here and program Chirp? Are we going to be able to get in here and install FlatHub? Are we going to be able to get in here and install OBS Studio with the vertical streaming plugin to do all that fun stuff? Are we going to be able to run the emulator and run the Xbox controller? Because it's working perfectly fine in Zorin. Alright, the installation is complete. Ubuntu, Cinnamon. Please remove your seatbelts and press enter. Alright. I figure if I do enough computer stuff, I almost said a bad word, I'll be more likely to enjoy ham radio. What do we have here? Why did this thing leave MX Linux on here? I've got to reinstall this thing because it keeps leaving MX Linux on here. Oh, it failed to start. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, let me see what we got here. Yeah, we've got a GNOME display error. Alright. You know, I have had problems with Linux just not running. I seem to remember that, yeah. And it was on this computer. It was when it had the other processor. So, let's go ahead and just reset and see. That boot screen seemed a little strange to me because this thing was supposed to, you're supposed to install, and there shouldn't be MX anything on here. Oh my god, why is there a Windows Boot Manager? I believe this thing probably screwed up. Well, what I need to do is probably get back into Windows and see if, because I can come in here and see what's on what, probably. Oh no, actually I cannot, because we got local disk. Let me try Disk Manager and see if it shows me. Something's not right here. Okay, so we got local disk C, disk 0, disk 2. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, disk 0. That's C. C is, where's C? Shouldn't C? Okay, so when I click on disk 0, I see we have this right here. And that's the other partition. Here's disk 2. Disk 2 looks really strange. We've got an 11 gigabyte partition on disk C, disk 2. That makes no sense. Okay, there's 100 megabyte here. There's 11 here. There's no reason for that to be there. Okay, and then D is just my music stuff, which is not showing up anymore. So 0 is 1 gigabyte and 4.6. Okay, we have that. All right. But what it's done is it's added Windows to the bootloader, which is kind of nice, but yeah, it's not what I wanted it to do. Let's restart and see what it decides to do. As I don't think that the other hard drive has any Linux on it. But it's doing something weird when it did the installation and it doesn't work. So that's a problem. Okay. I didn't push reset, I pushed power off. Alright, let's see. Maybe we'll go into our BIOS and see if we see something interesting. Okay. We've got Ubuntu on the PNY. And then there's something else right here. And we've got Windows on the SPCC, which is going to be probably Silicon Power something or other. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this, but let's just go. So we got, this is Ubuntu on here. I don't know. If we click on that, is it going to just boot into Ubuntu? Advanced. Oh look, MX is gone. Okay, I don't see MX no more. Maybe it just needed to make a change to the bootloader. This is wild. You wouldn't think this would be so complicated, guys. You really wouldn't. But it is. So here we are again. Alright, so it's actually not booting. I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I'm just going to push the reset button. And I'm probably going to have to reinstall it. Alright, boot manager. And it does say Windows Boot Manager on SDC2, Ubuntu SDC5, advanced options for Ubuntu. Ubuntu with Linux 6.1, Okay, well, we're gonna do the recovery mode and just see what happens. We don't seem to be able to get into it. Okay, recovery menu, clean, uh, repair broken packages, update grub, enable networking. Okay, let's see what happens. All right. All right. It does not want to boot up. And it definitely looks like in recovery mode. Okay, so um, there's probably some broken packages or something. Let's go here. Well, this ends up being a little bit more a little more pain in the butt. I'm looking for there we go. Now this would be like relatively easy on the regular GNOME, but on this one it's kind of hard. And you can see that the video card is screwed up. Okay. This thing is going to need to do an awful lot of stuff, probably. Alright, so I'm wondering how long this will take, and I'm wondering also, can we get into the internet? Where is our internet? And seems like there's been changed quite a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, Firefox. So, while this is doing some stuff, I want to configure Firefox so we'll get like some of these plugins done. We just need to take care of this because I'm going to be shocked if this outdated browser isn't going to be a problem. I guess it's not outdated. Okay. And now we need to go back in here. And okay. And then AdBlock Ultimate. We get that one going. I don't generally use private windows on Ubuntu. There's nothing private about it. Okay. So, oh no. Let's do Flat Hub. There we go. Okay, Flat Hub. And we'll click Setup. Let's get the terminal open. Paste. I figure I can do this. Ooh. Oh. Something's not right. Okay. To run a command as administrator, use root. Use sudo command. Let me just type in root. The following additional packages will be installed. Subpackages malcontent GUI. Could not get lock var cache app archives lock. It is held by the process. Okay, it is probably all this update stuff. Okay, close. All right. Okay. Let me see this other thing. This system is really kind of flawed, and like dude, I don't want to sit here and look through all this. I don't think it updated though, to be honest with you. Because it's, first of all, this thing still looks really messed up, and it didn't adjust anything. All right. It's doing something still. Alright, so it says the software is up to date, so let's try this. Okay. So now it works, because it's done. So, yeah, you can't do anything while it's doing updates, apparently, when it comes to this kind of stuff. That makes sense. Okay, so we get that. We have the message here. Click OK. Close that out. Okay, so we needed the sudo apt install, and then we need, I don't know that we need the GNOME one, but I think because we're not running GNOME, but we'll just say yes anyways. And then after the GNOME one, we need to do the repository. Okay. Paste. And it wants a further password. Okay. It did say, what did it say? Are not in the search path set by environment, so applications installed by Flatpak may not occur. A restart is required. Okay. Let's see if it restarts or if it gets stuck. A lot of stuff going on here, buddy. I've spent many hours of my life doing this kind of stuff. You'd think I would be really good at it by now. Okay, so I wonder if this is even going to boot, to be honest. Because it did not want to start before at all. It was like, it just froze. I think I had a problem with Cinnamon or Mate. Okay, so it did adjust itself a little bit. Okay, so now if we go into menu, all applications, we should see the software one. Should be down here at some point. Right here. And this is going to be FlatHub. Okay. Deal. Alright. As soon as those are done, we should be able to do the rest of the stuff. Alright. Okay, we're gonna go and get Chirp. This is from Ubuntu. Okay, we go back here. This is from Kubuntu. What is this one? some other weird shit. Alright. This doesn't say flat hub. I don't know. Just see what happens. Alright, we got that installed. Let's go OBS. And it says flat hub. We'll go ahead and install it. That's because Chirp is not available from flat hub. So this software here will use all of them, I think. Alright, so that's installed. Now we can come down here and it's going to do this a few times, I think. You're going to do it again? Are you going to do it again? Alright, we need the vertical canvas. That will allow us to do the stream in vertical. Alright, we're going to install the advanced masks and then we'll do the background removal. And I don't really know that I need any of the other ones. Did it not take? Okay. So the background removal is, and the masks allow you to do like a virtual green screen. And a green screen is really nice to have because you put it behind you and you can just basically turn your background into whatever the hell you want. But I personally don't like being on camera, so I stay out of the camera most of the time, so it's not like a big deal for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this thing. Something went wrong. Of course something went wrong. It's always something. This app no longer receiving updates, including security fixes. Details. Okay. Anyway, let me close this thing out here. We'll go to menu, all applications. Maybe we go internet, graphics, games, office, other, sound and video. Should be in here. We'll just see if we can find OBS. We do not see it, so something did go wrong. Let's try Chirp. Chirp is there. Doesn't look right though. Okay, let me get the radio plugged in. First, we're gonna want to come in here. Let's see. Where's my settings? Lovely. Yeah, I'm not sure I really dig this menu system because I can't find my settings. It's going to be settings apps and users and groups, though we can also do that. 65. Let's see. Okay. Okay, groups. Okay, so we can do it correctly here. We need audio, flat pack, SSH, Bluetooth. I don't know what half of these are. Dial out. Jeez. There's so many things here that could go wrong. Oh my god. Games. Discs. And click OK. So we might not have to do it the other way. Let's get the radio plugged in. Where's my chirp cable? Okay, I'm plugging in my cable. You guys can't see it, but let's go radio. Download from the radio. Okay, we know it's that one. I'm not even going to test it. I just know it is, so we'll leave it alone. We go ray.ed. Okay. UV5RX3. Don't prompt again. Yes. Okay. Don't prompt again. Okay. And if this thing works right away the first time, yeah, I'd be very surprised, because I think what actually I've had to do every single time was, after doing all this stuff, I actually had to reset. I had to reboot and all that good stuff. It usually would give you an error by now, but would also usually read it by now. But I feel like we're not using the right version of Chirp here, which could probably be a cause for problems, because this version of Chirp is obviously not updatable. Okay, but let me just do this very quickly. Let's restart. Okay, we've rebooted. Let's go Chirp. Okay, download from the radio. Okay, it's not working. Okay, radio did not respond. And I don't think this is the right version for Chirp. Software and updates. Software. Ubuntu software. Updates. Other software. Okay. That has nothing to do with what I'm trying to do. Well, now we need to find... I was looking for... we get gdeb package installer. Man, this is not cool. It just takes too damn long. Okay. Alright, we gotta go Chirp. Alright. Let's go into this one here. We'll uninstall it. And I really don't think this one works. Oh yeah, look at this one, looks different now. And it's Tony Fuller. I'll be damned. That's always the right one. There's a picture. This wasn't... something updated on the computer. Like, it was too old. And so these weren't showing up correctly. So... we also have a big exclamation point right here. There's a crash report. Oh, because it... don't send. Yeah, we removed Chirp. Okay, so... this one here... we go Chirp. I don't know if we need to do that other type of stuff. Starting to look like Zoran's going to be easier to use. Okay, and this is normal. When you do the correct one, you should see this. The new versions available. Agree. And yes. And then it opens up the page. And then radio. Download from radio. And this one's got to restart because you see it's not responding to the download from radio. It's still trying to do some stuff. Let's go ahead and close it. Menu. Chirp. Right here. I'm still having problems. It just does not like. Let's do enable developer mode. Yes. Okay. Good lord. This is beyond stupid. Let's reboot again. Alright, so it's froze again, guys. Don't know what's going on. Just it's not doing anything. So too many issues here with this one. So it's time to abandon ship. I know I can fix it, but it's not for me, guys.